It works a lot better when you're talking to the front of it. Check. Hello. Is this thing on? Hello. So here's my plan for this morning.
Oh, good, because I don't have one.
No, actually has nothing to do with talking about insurance, Mike Barrett.
Oh.
It has to do with stuffing you in the bomb shelter with duct tape around your mouth.
Whoa.
That way I get to introduce Dylan Scott.
Go
and
for
you
it. I
don't.
told you to. I told you to.
You've been robbing me of my right, my birthright here. With Kicks 105.5. No, we're doing the meet and greet beforehand, and actually I just gave away some tickets, so.
Make sure you stand and watch, because I'm going to get up there. It's going to be painfully awkward. I'm not going to be funny, because I'm going to be like, I'm not really sure why I'm here.
I'm your insurance agent. Buy insurance.
I want to welcome you all to the fair.
Here's Dylan Scott.
I'm honored that they asked me, because that means they think of me, which I love.
Went out last night to the Caledonia County Fair, and I hung out with John Chrisman and his gang.
That means you were drinking.
Well, that's exactly what was going on last night.
Yeah.
I didn't get to stay very long. Of course, they went on and had much more fun after I left. But thankfully, I left when I did, because I don't know if you had the same problem I did, but the pets at the house went ape poo-poo because of the thunder, lightning, and the storm that came in around 6 o'clock last night.
Charlie doesn't respond to it. He's kind of like, oh, whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dad, I'm good.
Anything going on as far as insurance?
No.
Okay,
No.
so the Caledonia County Fair is starting up at 4 o'clock today. Right now, I saw
stuff, but
I saw Carol last night as we were partying. He was setting up Angelinos.
Oh, yes. I still have the button somewhere.
Everybody calls him Angelino, but his name is Carol.
That's why I looked at you funny.
Yeah, so I said, hey, how have you been? He said, oh, man, I haven't seen you since last year. We got talking, and he said, I'm serving breakfast tomorrow. Why don't you come down, and I'll get you all hooked up with a giant plate of, and he just named it. He didn't stop talking for like 5 minutes. He's like, potatoes and onions and peppers, and then we'll get you some sausage, and then I've got over easy or fried eggs, depending on how you like it, with homemade bread. And I was like, dude. And then this morning I woke up and I was thinking, I don't feel that good. Bruce, I'm sorry, I'm sick. I can't come to work
I need
today.
breakfast.
I would have started the show probably at 9 o'clock. I'd still be sitting there an hour later.
No, because you'd have the after breakfast naps.
Oh, yeah.
With that much food.
And then when I woke up, of course, I'd have to have lunch, which, the Philly cheesesteak with extra mushrooms and extra pepper.
It's a vicious. You do know that there's more at the fairgrounds than just the sausage people.
Say what?
I know. I know. That's a shock.
No, you're right, because I have my metal cup. You can get a drink over across the midway there.
So, interestingly enough, the fair could tie into a topic.
You're going to talk about what it costs to have a fair as far as like an insurance waiver?
No.
Do you do big events like that? I mean, because here's the thing. Like years ago, my buddy and I were like, hey, you know what? We could make some quick cash in the month of October, put together a haunted house.
Yep.
And so we went and looked at a rental, and we could have done like a pop-up restaurant does where they rent it out for a month or two and let it go on. And we were going to do this whole haunted house thing. And then we went and actually talked to somebody about an insurance waiver, and it was...
It's not really an insurance waiver.
It's
an event policy.
An event policy.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy as
It
far
is.
as
It
pricing.
can be. So we actually do sell what we call event policies. So we can insure golf tournaments. We can insure haunted houses. We have the ability to insure corn mazes.
Now, is that
different
for-
things? Weddings. You can even, sometimes there's a need to have your wedding insured.
I'm just saying, you're inviting the wrong people. That's a get-down redneck party if you got to insure
I'll tell
your wedding.
you what, we're going to have a good time tonight.
We're going to have mattress pulling on the back of the truck. Oh, don't worry. Mike Barrett's got us covered.
Yeah, question number 5 on the questionnaire. Will there be shotguns? Yes or no?
So tell me about that. I mean, is that, it depends on what event you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, these companies exist to write events, like hole-in-one contests and, these different types of things that, very rarely, if ever, have a loss. But if they do, it's going to be a fairly good one.
Right. If somebody gets the hole-in-one on a $9
million paid out.
It's $1 million.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was something that really went through insurance agencies. I thought that was more of a promotional company, because I know that you buy, I think it's like $3,000 or $4,000. That insurance, because I actually was a part of a golfing group of promotional people years ago.
Sure.
And it used to be like $4,000 or $5,000. And if somebody hit a hole in one, they'd pay out $1 million or a car or whatever it was.
Right.
Have you ever had that where you had to pay it out?
We actually have not, in my time, insured one of those types of tournaments. So we've escaped it.
That was knock on wood.
It was a knock on wood. But they exist, you know. But real quickly, let's talk about the fair. This is just a very quick thing. So let's say you bought yourself a nice truck, or maybe you have a nice truck that you just run all the time, and you decide you're going to go to the fair and do the truck pull. No coverage.
No, because
it's a contest.
It is a contest.
Second-year vehicles in a contest or a racing event, it is excluded of all coverage. So keep that in mind, because I've heard stories, I don't know for certain, but I've heard stories of people who've gone and bought new trucks and blow out the transmission doing a truck pull somewhere.
Or doing jumps. We actually had a jump contest one time.
Or a mud bog.
The guy had a Subaru, and it literally broke in half. He jumped a jump. And when it came down, it almost snapped like a Twix bar. It was amazing. And he
Dukes of Hazzard don't do that.
Well, he thought his insurance was going to cover it. And they were like,
"You're so funny.
You're stupid."
Yeah. Be aware there are limitations out there if you're going to be doing those types of events now that we're in full bore fair season here. So
when people talk about like Taylor Swift insured her legs, I mean, do you have ridiculous ability to, like, let's say I wanted to cover my size 16 wide feet? Could I do so if something should happen to them?
I wouldn't even look at it because I'd have to take a picture.
Oh,
and
no, here.
I
you want a picture?
No!
You can
God,
take a,
no.
Well, if you want to find out...
Angelino toes.
That's a new term. We just came up with a new term.
We try.
Hey, those are some fugly Angelino toes you got there. If you would like to find out about whether or not you're covered the right way, have a conversation with Mike Barrett at Barrett
We will
Insurance
actually
Agency.
talk insurance when you come, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nowhere near as fun as this.
Not that you can't talk about the fair when you go there, too, or his dog or his wife or whatever.
We'll have a fair time.
No, you didn't. Just say we'll have a fair time.
What can I say? I'm punny this morning.
At that note, I say goodbye. If you'd like to find out more about insurance, call Barrett Insurance Agency. Mike's available at
748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com, or on Facebook, Google+, and YouTube as Barrett Insurance Agency.
Goodbye, buddy.
All right.